Alrighty, test 1 2 1 2. I thought it was done for today, but you know what? We haven't made any progress on the Witch of Endor project, and I kind of want to get this project to a playable state so I could write some music. So let's get this ball rolling. I've got a vending machine, and we have an interface. Okay, I did come up with an interface here, but I feel like this is too cluttered, and it's also not dynamic enough. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to forego the background. We can just easily hide it for the time being by doing self-modulate like that. And I'm also going to get rid of the empty element from the beginning, the empty element from the end, and let's get rid of what? The size. Right, this thing. Oh, no. This is where we add or subtract it. Selected item. I think that part is fine. It's the whenever we use a tween node to move the element somewhere right here. New item. No, that just moves the spawned item. Okay, let's keep going. Selected item times 32. I mean, sure. Okay, let's double check. I don't think I've seen this project yet. This is a remaking of a game I made in GameMaker Studio, then lost a hard drive, so I lost the project. And it has too much potential for me to just let it go. And I didn't want to reopen GameMaker Studio to make it, so here we are. It's already better than the original. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And then we can select it, but I want to make it much more dynamic, so I'm going to make the icons jump around. I'm also thinking that we might not even want to use a scroll container for this. Although it technically is doing the job. Okay. Let's start with making the selected slot actually be a bit more dynamic. Okay. So I'll just attach a script to it. Scripts. Vending machine. Yeah, I don't expect to have too many scripts here. That's fine. Cool. Var my ID or my num. We're gonna do get index. Is that? I think that's what it is. Get index. Get index. Yes. Returns the node's order among the siblings. Yeah, that's what we used to figure out. Is it like craft survive? It's defend the objective from waves of enemies. It's a bit more like Vampire Survivors, but instead of defending yourself, you have to defend the cauldron, upgrade the cauldron, and deposit points into it in order for them for the cauldron to fill up, and that's going to be the end game task, the end game goal. So you have stuff like this. Break some of the stuff, get the points, and then you can either pass those along to a different player. You can kind of divvy up in a very awkward system like this, or deposit it to the cauldron, at which point you get, well, it's just permanently there, unless you shoot it, at which point it's going to use up some of those points to create a barrage of fireballs, which is a defense mechanism that you can use if you get overwhelmed. Just kind of shoot it. And then your weapons could be upgraded, like rate of fire, amount of damage, knockback, that sort of thing. And then you're supposed to try to survive an X amount of waves, technically as long as you need until you fill up the cauldron full of points. And then some pretty minimal stuff. It's supposed to be a kind of a small one. And yeah, and then we're supposed to be able to purchase weapons here, using weapon parts, technically, manufacture parts. Okay, so we have my number. We are going to get parent? No. The vending machine is the owner, which is going to be right up there. Okay. Get owner. And then we know, whoops, we know that we have the variable which tells us selected item. I think that's it, actually. Yes. So if the owner's selected item is same as my num, then we're gonna make it dance around. What do we have here? So we have the icon. We could make it rotate. Let's see, scale, pivot offsets. Can't edit it, apparently. Interesting. Huh. Fascinating. Right, so because it's an HBox container, we can't edit the pivot offset. Alright. No big deal. Control node. Go. We are going to make sure that the minimum size is at least 32. Zoltan, welcome back. Make it 16 by 6. Whoa, God, not that. That's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So I want to make it wiggle like this. Okay. So we'll do shop item icon, rotation degrees, sine function. Do we have a time of our own that I could use? Let's see. I could use getTicks msecs or microseconds. I guess we can do getTicks microseconds. This is going to give us thousands, so we're going to divide it by 1,000. That's going to give us seconds. Because I usually create a separate variable and increment it here. We're also going to multiply by delta. And the amplitude is going to be about 15. And we crash, because it's an HBox container. Right. It is not. It is a control node. Seems we've missed the Ooga Booga. It's okay. There's going to be more Booga in the later times. Okay. Beautiful. So that seems to be not doing anything. Does this actually run? Print. Okay. Alright. Clearly. Well, one of them is doing it, so... Okay, so is the selected item ever more than 0? Let's print my num. 0, yeah. One of them is definitely 0. Okay. Process, shop icon, rotation degrees. Maybe this. Oh. No, that should be okay. Although, okay, let's take a look at this. First of all. Oh. Ah. Okay. It's going really, really fast. See, this is why I make a separate variable. Var wiggle time equals 0.0. Then I can do wiggle time plus equals 10 times delta. And then here, I can do this. But I think that didn't work because both of them are integers, and it didn't do the float math. Let me just double check that theory. Oh, okay. It is doing it. It's definitely doing it. Okay. So I'll just use the variable. That's okay. And then this is actually going to be increasing quite a bit faster. Whoa, okay. That's quite a bit more than what I need it to be. Nice. Okay. That's good. That's good. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna say if this item is selected, so it's gonna be 20 if the item is selected, else... You know what? This looks ugly as shiz. Let's make a variable selected. That's gonna be this condition. So 20 if true, else... Let's do 10. You can use get take some sec, also divide with a smaller number. Yes. I have to dial in the value though, so I'll get a hang of it soon enough. Can't even speak. Okay. So that's good. So I actually want this rotation to be there all the time. But only the one that is selected is going to be faster. Whoops. Whoa. 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 Okay, never you mind. The shit happened here. Oh, right. This has to be done first. With that delta, though, on a low FPS is going to wiggle less. Isn't the whole point of delta is to compensate? There we go. Okay. Now that works, except we can kind of see that there's an item at the bottom that is visible. Okay, yeah, I figured delta isn't the purpose of delta is to compensate on slow or fast machines. If it's too fast, it'll slow it down. If it's too slow, it'll speed it up. Like, delta is supposed to be different on different machines. Yeah, true, just woke up. Don't scare me like that. So much of my game has deltas being applied to various parameters. Alright, beautiful. So wiggle time plus equals, that's good. I'm gonna also scale up the icon. So scale's a thing, yes. And then we're gonna scale it to 2 if this, else 1. That might not work because vector 2's. There we go. Cheap solution. Okay. Now that works, but it's getting cut off. And it's getting cut off because of our choice of vending machine nodes. Okay, we got a VBox container. We got a scroll container. So, alright. You know what? There's the items. Yeah, yes. I'm gonna leave that right there. No scroll container. Now that will reveal 4 items, but that's okay. We'll compensate for it. So I guess now we're actually gonna be moving stuff manually. Which means we might as well switch this to a control node so that we can freely move stuff around. Basically, the whole thing's going out the window, but you know, we need something much more dynamic than this. Okay. So, what is the position of this guy? Oh, that's size. Position. Alright. Fair enough. So I'm just going to do this. Instead of scroll vertical, we're going to talk to items. Okay. Position on the y-axis. And then the rest, I think, can stay the way it is. Items. Items are now in the vending UI. Okay, let's see what crashes. Nice. Okay, the only thing is it's going the opposite direction. Got it. Let's do this. We're also going to make every third item disappear. There we go. Look at that. It's looking good. Okay, so all we need to do is make any item that is further away from the selected item by, let's say, 2 to disappear. Okay, so we're going to do var alpha equals 1.0 if the absolute difference between the selected item number and my number is over 2. Over 1. Now, let's do over 2. Okay, else it's going to be 0.0. Actually, it's got to be under 2. So it's visible if it's under 2, otherwise invisible. Okay, and then modulate dot alpha plus equals this divided by 5. Cool, let's see. Hey, nice. That's working so well. Perfect. Man, I remember having to do like loops, 4 loops inside of 4 loops inside of 4 loops, because the vending machine was running all of the code, including the GUI code. Okay. Well, this works. So clean, I know, right? Super simple solution. Okay, I'm gonna bring that number a bit closer. I also need a font. I need a font. Some sort of a maybe comic-y, cartoony font. I might as well establish that now. Get the label. I'm gonna make the label be left justified. Okay, the shop thing, I think I need to move that up. Or put it above the vending machine, to be honest. Hey, Steven. So this is what I'm trying to go for. Very dynamic, very jumpy, very cartoony. Just kind of lean on the squish and stretch. Alright, I'm going to make the label, what is it, price? Cost, technically. Not necessarily price. I'm going to make it jump, so cost, position, what's the current position of this thing? 60, 68, sure, 70. So position.x equals 70 pixels plus, we're gonna reuse our this wiggle. Okay, sign. Yes, but we're gonna do absolute, so it's always positive. Times 16. Weird sleep routine lately. Oh no. Hope it's not tied into the to the down blues you've been having. Whoops. Okay, right. Cost. No more labels. Nice. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a bit much. Let's chill a little bit. Okay. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna also make this icon move out of the way a little bit. Position 36. Dot position dot x equal plus equals. So it's either going to be 36 if not selected, else it's going to be 45. Because the gun grows in size and then ends up overlapping the wrench icon. Nice. Maybe we can do something with like a scalar value. Zero point zero. We're gonna say plus equals. It's gonna be 1.0 if selected, else 0.0 minus. Oh. Just kind of a general purpose value divided by 5. So now we have a 0 to 1 value, and I'm just going to multiply it by this. Does the camera zoom out if the player spread out? It will. It will soon enough. Select scalar plus equals 1.0 if selected, else. Oh, selected is not known until about there. Got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is it? Cost. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, that works. Cool. What is next? Next, let's make a what is it? The ammo vending machine. Okay. Ammo dispenser. Cool. It's going to be made in the same way we have made this guy. So it's a static body. Ammo dispenser or sir. Dispenser. The shit. Drag and drop to add a sibling to selected node, except when root is selected. Hold shift when dropping to add as a child of the selected node. Hold alt when dropping to add as a child of the root node. Okay. Hold alt and shift when dropping to add different node type. Okay, that's cool. Let's bring that up. Save it up. Okay, now we need to be able to damage it. And for that, player detect whack area. Yes. I'm gonna copy this. Whack area. Make unique. Yup. Okay, that's fine. Shall we have it in the same style of inventory? Or should we do a grid style for this one? Vending machine's got this funky display. It would be helpful if I actually place one. Let's place it right there. Nice. Alright. Area parent. Purchase. Got it. Came only to say hi. Well, hello. Hello there. Going to sleep. Sounds good, man. Glad you came in for the nighty-night kiss. Okay. Damage. No, this is bush. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I can do grid. If we do a grid, then every ammo would have to have a distinct look to it. Which, you know what? That's fine. Let's do that. We're going to do canvas layer, UI, grid, container. Alright. Oh, for the slots, what are we going to do for the slots? I think it has to be at least a canvas or a control node. Ooh, that's big. Too big. Let's do 32 by 32. The anchor should not be that big. Now, by having a control node, that gives us the ability to place, position, and arrange anything inside of it freely. So this is ammo dispenser item slot. Text direct. Icon. Oh, let's do icon. And then let's save it up. Okay. Ammo dispenser item icon. 1, 2, 3. Six. Let's do 6 for the time being. Now, ammo. I think I called it clip or magazine. I don't have an icon for it. And we have shotguns, shotgun, pistol, Uzi, potentially other. So we'll have to make 3 distinct icons. We know they're 32 by 32 pixels here. We'll see. Let's see if we can slap something together real quick. 32, 32. All right, let's do shotgun first. Okay. Should this be brighter or darker? Shotgun shell. Yeah, okay, we need a yellow bit at the bottom. That's the primer. Just came back home. Jesus. That's well, that's another day. Another day, another dollar. Seriously though, I have no idea how you do it. I remember my time working retail. Jesus, good thing they didn't have a gun aisle. I'd shoot myself. Good thing it was a grocery store, actually, and not an American one. Okay, does that read? Okay. That looks good. Unless we do it upside down, where the primers are facing forward, and then we can see the blasting cap. Okay. Shotgun. That's done. Next, Uzi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. Just a little tiny shiny bit of bronze. Okay, that's the Uzi. Yeah, nice. Just one sprite, and then pistol. I should probably save this. Assets. UI. Okay. Did that work? Is it hungry? Well, they don't call it hungry for being, fed. Excuse me. Sorry. I mean, you'd think the name of the country would give away, man. That one's kind of on you. Sorry. Should have lived in plenty instead of hungry. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Save it, and let's get... Oh, don't merge it. Export. Punga, please and thank you. Assets UI. Nope, this goes to engine. Sprites. Weapon icons. Ooh. Okay, I'm probably gonna replace like all of these. Inventory icons. Okay. So pistol mag. No. Export. Uzi mag. Shotgun. I'm gonna call it mag. Even though it's not a magazine, but I just want the same naming convention. Triple taxing your money doesn't. Sorry, man. Please accept our collective condolences. Okay, cool. So, I am going to quickly define the items. So we have our master node. There's no magazines here. Okay, so pistol mag. Type resource, yes. Okay, now it has an icon and it has an inventory icon. I think we're gonna just reuse the same for all of them. As a matter of fact, the whole concept of doing the icon for the dropped item and the icon for the held or inventory icon might be kind of pointless, considering I'm going to be replacing, maybe using these little perspective drawings. Okay. I'm just going to use it for both, in case I need something different. Amount. How many bullets does a pistol magazine usually have, for starters? See, Dimitar went to sleep. He would have jumped on that answer immediately. He knows his stuff. Uzi mag. Okay, well, I kerfuffled that one. And then shotgun, mag, whatever. It's fine. But the name should be shotgun rounds. Okay. Type resource, ID shotgun mag. Yup. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll leave it here for the time being. I need to go to the ammo dispenser code. We're gonna define func what? Not func. Var ammo types. Shotgun. Pistol. And Uzi. Probably going to be in this order. Okay. What do we want to store here? Realistically, just need to store the cost and the icon. So I think we can just do it like this. I'll just reload it. Cost is going to be 16 for starters. Uzi. $24. We're gonna have to come up with some unique enemies that can only be defeated with certain types of weapons. Because if you upgrade a pistol to be as fast as an Uzi, then you don't need the Uzi. If you upgrade the Uzi right away, increase the weapon damage, then you don't need the pistol. We need to have certain enemies that can only be defeated only with a pistol, shotgun, or Uzi. Okay, cool. Here's what I'm going to do. This ammo dispenser slot is going to be loaded. I should do the same thing for the vending machine. Item slot preload. Preload. Ammo dispenser item slot. Yes. Load it up. And then func. We can't do this in the ready. We're going to have to make a function called prep inventory and then execute it with call deferred. All right, there we go. So for what? For item in ammo types. Yes, I'm going to instantiate a new slot. We know that the slot is going to be added to the grid container, so item grid is we're going to call it. There we go. And don't need this. What's inside of it? Icon. Ooh, okay. new slot, get node icon texture. Okay, we are going to access the item that we're looping through, and then get number 0, value number 0, which is this one, which is the texture. Cool. What are you complaining about? This is in UI. Cool. Okay. I mean, that seems to work. Well, whether or not it works, I don't know yet, but let's see. We have something up there. We need to make it so that it follows our item, func dispenser. So the dispenser in the process function, we're going to do get global position with canvas. We need the origin. That's going to give us the position. You're still streaming. I took a break, and then I figured I was too antsy. I couldn't just let this project sit until the weekend. I wanted to put a little bit of time into it today. I kind of tapped out all the things I needed to do for Dreadtail, so just, work on this. Okay, is this gonna work? Yes, it does. We'll take a look at graphical presentation afterwards. Vector 2, let's subtract 0, 64. Okay, let's go 80. He's crunching himself. It's not crunch if you enjoy it. I don't think anybody has ever referred to crunching as an enjoyable process. That's why it's crunching. It's crunching your soul. Alright. Cool. That works. Now we need to be able to detect when the player walks up to it. So we have player detect here that we can just yoink out of the other dispenser. Which, by the way, this should really be a little bit larger, which is going to update it here and there. Let's establish body entered. Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, okay. Or you can do that. Sure. Whatever you say. Crunch is just saying overworking. Yeah. I wouldn't consider myself overworking right now. This is super exciting stuff. Where's the project? Get over here, you bitch. I'm really excited to get this done to a working prototype because I have a particular vision for it that didn't come to me in the first time I was working on this project. So it's totally different. Yeah, couldn't keep up with me. Let's see, ammo dispenser. Yes, player detect is here. The signals are gone. Okay, I'll just paste this in here. Nearby players is not something that exists. Consider myself overworking. Yeah, but you work at a job. I mean, you that starts overworking you the moment you clock in. Let's be honest. Okay, body entered. Body exited. Nice. Oh, nah, there we go. I currently work on my game. Okay. I mean, do you think you're overworking while working on your game? Okay. You're getting overworked the moment it's day off and then you receive a phone call and it's your boss's name. Okay, this works. We need to make the interface appear and disappear if there are any players nearby. Can I yoink that part as well? Player near scalar. That could be useful. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I need. Process. Okay. This I'm going to position here. That's how we get the point, and then we'll add this much. That's the little slide in and out effect. And I'm also going to make the grid appear and disappear. Player near scalar has to be in existence. 0.0. Nice. Nice. All right. Okay, cool. I can also yoink the selected slot code. Let's see, selected item. Which, yes, we do have this bit, but I don't think that's going to work in this case. Selected item. I could yoink the selected item code. I could make some sort of a parent class and have that functionality shared across multiple objects, but again, we only have a grand total of 3, technically 2 dispensers in the game. The third one is a scrapping station, which works in a bit of a different way. Hungary and Argentina have something in common. Inflammation. You mean inflation? Or inflammation? I think you might want to see a doctor. Nearby players. Shop inventory is not a thing. What do we do here? This is where we set the text. Okay, we don't need this. That the ammo thing does not work that way. That just crashed in my face because I renamed the file. Oh boy, I'm not the only one. Welcome to the family. Okay. I've seen the merchandised pillows going around, and then people have been purchasing those for Godot Engine. You know what we need? We need a hard shell plastic 3D printed version so you can take a bat and smash it anytime it doesn't go your way. There you go. That's my product idea. Just have it on the pedestal. Hang the bat by your side. Anytime Godot does this, you know, instead of punching a monitor, you take it out on the 3D print. Selected item, inventory keys. That is not what we have. We have the array, and then we're just going to use that. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that works. And then it does technically select something, but it doesn't tell us what it is. So now comes the time of making the item slot wiggle and waggle. Here we go. When it is selected. Hungary and US and have nasty inflation. Pretty sure it's every Western world or world that is under the Western wing is kind of struggling with it right now. My_num equals get index, which we can only do as soon as the ready stage is done. Okay, and then process get owner. Okay, now the owner technically isn't present because we're dynamically instantiating this thing. And I think it has to be done after we add child. Or before we add child. Because if you do add child, the owner, it's going to run the ready. No, that is not owned by the scene. Root usually displayed in the scene block and will not be saved. This prevents. Remember to set the owner after calling add child. Got it. But I don't know if that pertains to in-game stuff. Okay. Get owner. Get owner. Selected slot. Same as this. I'm going to make a variable here called selected, and that's going to contain the result of this condition. Okay. So, first things first, scale. Take the icon, scale plus equals this. It's going to be 1.0. Ooh. No multi-line, please. If scaled, else. This is supposed to be 2.0 actually, which might be a bit much, but we'll see. Divided by 5. Also, I think our center point has to be set. Scale. 20% inflation in 1990. Select slot on base object null instance. Right. That is the issue. So, oh, excuse me. Let me just actually get the job done. Okay, well that still doesn't work though. Invalid access property or key selected slot on base instance static body ammo dispenser. Huh? Does the ammo dispenser not have a selected slot? Oh, a selected item. Got it. Eventually we'll get it to work, and then it doesn't like this because, of course. The scale is a vector 2 value. Oh, that's a bit much. Just a touch. It seems like D-pad up is working, except it's not supposed to be D-pad up, and it's also not supposed to be twice as big. Should probably make sure that the size, or the pivot offset, is in the middle of the icon. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's too big. Again, we are going for exaggerated. Yeah, that's more tame, but is it more interesting? Oh, let's do this. Also, I want the wiggle. Scale. So selected is just immediately true or false. Okay. Bar, wiggle, time, bar, wiggle, amount. Wiggle time plus equals 10 times delta. And then we're going to talk to icon, rotation degrees, equals sine, wiggle time, times, let's do 10 degrees times wiggle amount. Now, wiggle amount will slowly transition to an integer version of the selected value, which is true or false, so 1 or 0. Wiggle amount divided by 5. Nice. Maybe a little bit faster. Okay. Now, the keys, of course, are incorrect. The dispenser is supposed to be using D-pad... What is it? Left. D-pad right. Nice. It is technically a grid. We are going to eventually get more rows. I'm thinking I'm probably going to reuse this machine to also give one-time use items. Okay, we need to be able to tell the difference between these two, so I think a piece of text would likely be needed. What font should I use? Look at something comic-y, which I'm this short for going with Comic Sans. Sour Gummy. Wait, what happened to Bada Boom? Hello? Boogaloo. That could work. No? Man, the sample text used to say, "Big brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." Then Google hired the diversity hire, and then they're like, "Not on my watch, and it ain't." And then now it says everyone has the right of freedom of thought. I mean, they're not wrong, but Jesus Christ, it's a font website. Oh, concrete one, that could work. Oh, okay. For the motherland. But technically fatherland. Do. Everyone. This would be kind of funny. Creepster. Ah, sure. You know what? For the time being, sure. It is kind of a horror-ish type thing, so we can lean in on it. It's comic-y enough. All right, this goes to you. Engine fonts. Bangers. Okay. I think Bangers is the open source version of Bada Boom. Oh, you know what? I'll get this one while I'm here. Oh, okay. Apparently, I'm not allowed to download one font at a time. I gotta get the big old thing. Let's see. Fonts. There's the Bangers. Okay, good. Get font. Go away. Maybe I'll use it in the menu. Alright. That's fine for now. extract separate folders. Oh, by the way, you want to see something funny? It was a good day for WinRAR last year. They finally made profit. Okay. Creepster. Yes. Font. Nice. Okay. Learned that WinRAR was expecting to have some malware problem. Was that message brought to you by 7-Zip Gang? Represent. This man be spreading lies over here. Okay. So, item icon. I think we are going to make the ammo dispenser populate this data. So, where do we do it? Right here. Is it called label? Item icon. Wait, it's not icon, it's text. Name. Name. Okay, I think we could just use the item itself for this. Nice. Now that works. I don't want it all visible all the time, though. And it's also a little bit small. Pistol mag. Just going to display it here for reference sake. Size reference. $26. Nice. Okay, so name modulate alpha will transition to the integer version of selected divided by 5. Ooh. Why? He selected item based on all instance. I think I pressed F6 by accident. Nice. Okay, that works. It's a little low. From old job boss before working at slave camp was PC technician. Right. Was he installing 7-Zip on computers by default? Sounds like a Linux pleb to me. Sounds like a Linux insurgent. I don't think it's fair to call Linux plebs. Okay. What's the position? Position negative 46. Ooh. There we go. Negative 46. All right. So this is going to be either negative 46 if selected, else it will be negative 32. Divided by 5. Now there is a bit of an overlap between the text and the alpha, so maybe we can speed the alpha up a bit. Or we can make it disappear faster than it appears. Yeah, that works, actually. I could do this. Divide by 1 if not selected, else divide by 5. So it's going to disappear instantly, but appear slowly. Nice. That works. It's just tiny little things like that. You know what? I want the text to move a little bit. So position plus sign, wiggle, time. Mm-hmm. Ah, we can't add to it, actually. That would not be good. So we'll have to do it. I mean, it works, but I'm kind of afraid that for some magical reasons I might drift. So I'll do this. Label position Y. We are going to make what? Label position Y will be the one to transfer between -45 and -32. And then here, when we set the position, we'll set it to label position Y plus the sign value. Nice. Okay, that makes more sense. That's the one pixel jump. So now I can do maybe times 8. I'm going to do ABS. Ooh, Jesus. Nice. Cool. Maybe we can do a bit of a rotation as well. Let's do 15 plus. We'll just do that. Let's do -15. Yeah, I mean, seems to work. If we make it exactly half of the wiggle time, it's gonna do this, like a back and forth type rocking motion. Can we do something with aliasing? Filter, right? Nearest. No. I'm gonna do this. There we go. That's gonna make the text appear a little bit better, and the rotation point should really be around the middle. Perfect. Let's lower it down just a touch. So -32, -16. Nah. Yeah. That works out. I think we can slow down that wiggle time a little bit. Let me apply the font. Font. Hello. Display text. Label settings. Ah. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that works. Wiggle time. Let's make it 16 or 8. What happens if 2 more players are going to use the machine? The first player to reach takes priority. And then also, when you hit the machine, in order to, you know, build the tool, then it's going to make sure that the first player who reached the vending machine is the one that's hitting it. Nice. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Okay, that wiggle time is still ginormous. Icon rotation. 0.7. Slow it down. There we go. Okay, for the shop, I'm going to make the label rise up a little bit when the shop is selecting a slot more than 0. Vending shop, let's do that. Sure. Okay, so right now the position is -47. -45. Okay, so when we go down, it is going to lift up the label. So shop label -45, and then we'll do like negative what? 70, 32 pixels, right? Okay. Process. Shop title. So shop label dot position dot y is going to smoothly transition to either -45 if selected item is 0, else -32, so 77. Divided by 5. Yeah, there we go. And then the label just kind of moves out of the way. Cool. We also need to add, I think, a bit of a shadow. What if I bring back the visual. Does it have a theme? No, panel's not there. It's not a panel node. Alright. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, now, the ammo dispenser needs to dispense ammo when we hit it. Now, the way it's gonna react is same exact way we did it before. It's gonna have a sound to play, and it's gonna have to wiggle. Hit wiggle. Alright, let's do that first. So... 0.0, 1.0. Now, this only happens if the player has... first of all, it has to be the same player who was nearby. There we go. Get the first player who entered, and then we have to verify that they are the same player who hit. Okay, then we need to make sure they have enough points. Enough points. Okay. Now, how do we do that? The player doesn't really absorb the points. They just kind of follow the player around. So I think we might want to make it so that when the player attracts points, there's some sort of a counter that tells us how many points the player has attracted. My points 0. Okay. I think when we capture the points, we assign self to them. Prep inventory, new bullet, new slash, new slash. Oh, point group. Okay, there we go. So points plus equals 1. Okay. Now, the point is told self in the pickup function. So, pickup, self. Follow target. Okay. If the target is not the same as follow target, then start following. Okay. Now, when it's being picked up, tell old target to lose the point. So if follow target is not null, follow target dot my points minus equals 1. So this point will tell the previous node it has lost that point. We have to make sure this is a player, and I'm just going to do this while we're here. It's a valid instance and is in group, player group. Okay. If it's in the group, player group. That looks awesome. I forgot what it is that you commented on. The label rising up and down? Yes, it is. Follow target is in group, player group. Tell the player they've lost the point. Okay. Hopefully. You know what? Follow target my points plus equals 1. Let's do it here instead of in the player. Record the point in player. Okay. And we're going to remove it here. The label rising up and down really adds a lot. Man, the smooth transitioning formula is the single most useful formula in anything to do with like smooth UI motion. It's like my #1 formula to use. Okay. Body, pickup, self. Cool. I think that should do. Does the player have a debug thing? I just want to double check if it works. We have a speed. I can repurpose the speed. Speed text. My points. And we crash. What is this? Ammo dispenser, right. Hit player, which is... Target player is the first player. Hit player is the one that dealt damage. Okay, there we go. That shouldn't really do anything at the moment. Okay. Okay. Well, it tried. Is in group on base nil. Follow target has to be not null. Actually, no. Target is what we're supposed to be working with. No. This is for telling the old one. So the old one has to be not null. The one that has already been set. But this one is the new target. Yes. There we go. That's the difference. Quality makes. Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah, that seems to work. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit unfair. When we dash, this happens. I think the points might be the ones that check for dash. If player dashes, there we go. Okay, so we are going to follow target dot my points minus equals 1. Oh. Single period. Nice. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Nice. Fantastic. So that works. Now we can go back to ammo dispenser, and we now have a variable called if my points is above or equals to what? We have our ammo types. We are accessing the selected item. And then we're interested in the value number 1, which is the cost. If that's the case, we are subtracting the cost of that type of ammo. And now we need to instantiate. We have something to instantiate. It is a generic dropped item. This one. So anytime the enemy drops loot, it's going to be this item. Anytime the vending machine spawns something, it's going to be this item. So, var new item. Instantiate. New item ID or item ID. I think it's item ID. Yes. Item ID. Item ID is... Huh. I think we need to include it here because these are not the item IDs. Okay. Pistol mag. Uzi mag. And then shotgun mag. Whatever the hell that is. Some auto shotgun shenanigans. Okay, so we are going to access the array. Get item number 2. And then the vending machine does something when it spawns in, uses a tween to shift the item to the left. There's also a sound effect that's being played. I'm gonna yoink both of these things out of here. Okay, vending sound effect. Okay, if there was such a node, it would be great. Audio stream player 2D called ammo dispenser. Ammo craft. That's what we want it to sound like. Beautiful. Pitch. I don't know if I want to randomize the pitch. I guess we'll hear it. And then the new item, global position, will be shifted to the left. That should do it. And then we have the hit wiggle amount, which has to wiggle the entire thing. So, to make it wiggle, we have to set the position to the bottom, so we can take advantage of the squish and stretch. We have hit wiggle amount, hit wiggle time. So the scale is a vector 2 value. It's going to be 1 and 1. 1.0, 1.0. But we need a hit wiggle sign hit wiggle time times 0.6 or 0.4 actually. We don't want it to be too intense. We add to the x, we subtract from the y, and then times hit wiggle amount, which is going to slowly dissipate until it is no more. Okay. And it crashed. Selected item. Ah, right. These aren't stored under 0, 1, 2. These are stored under item keys. Okay. What is it? Ammo types? Just get the keys and access whichever key we have. That's the compromise. I could technically switch this to be an array, and then that would have been a lot smaller. Dictionary and base type array. Invalid index dictionary. Ah. No. Well, hold on a second. I've confused myself in the process. Ammo types. What is the issue here? 0. Selected item is 0. Yes. So instead of 0, we go ammo types. We get the keys, which is an array of keys, and then we use select that item to get the proper key. There we go. And then I have to do this in all 3 cases. Nice. Okay, now it shouldn't wiggle, technically, unless we have the goods. No? Yes, no? Probably don't have enough. This damn inflation. Oh, okay. That's fascinating. Collision shape. Collision shape 2D. Cannot call method Q free on null value. Really? Whoa. How in the... What? Interesting. I hit it. It must have deleted it. But then I hit it again, and somehow the collision went through. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. If the health is less or equals to 0, return. Just do that. Ignore that entire endeavor. These hobos be stealing my points. Got a bit of phasing there. Okay, valid assignment. Assignment of property key item ID with value of type string on the base object packed scene. Oh, well, hold on a second. Why am I doing this? It's supposed to be done on the spawned item. Okay. And then we'll have to test the bush thing. Get over here. Okay. That works. Okay. It didn't give me shit, though. Hey, where's my merchandise? I've been duped. I should probably display the price of the item, too. Okay. It does take more than instantiating something to have it be in the world. Get tree. But we do have a Y-sort object. We have a Y-sort object that we usually use. So we gotta do this part. Technically both of those parts. Okay, so get tree, current scene, get the node called content, because that does the Y sorting. And then add child, get the position. There we go. And while we're here, the wiggling should not take place unless we passed all the checks. This also doesn't have a collision shape, but maybe it shouldn't. Nice. For the sake of testing, I'm going to reduce the price to 1. Ooh. 1, 1, and 1. Okay. It is a little weird how it goes up. Why does it go up? I think this right here. That's the final value. Takes the position of the Machine. Let's set it to like this. It's okay for the vending machine to do it, but this one, we should probably line it up. Mm-hmm. Now that might be the dropped item not being lined up. Yup. Okay. It should be like this. Okay, now I can't hit it at all. Don't have any points on me. Yes. These are huge, by the way. What the shiz? That's probably why we need 2 icons. One for the inventory, one for the dropped. Huh. While I'm here, something else I wanted to do is I wanted to make the items bounce when they are dropped. Bounce is just a wiggle with an ABS value. And it has to be a negative value. Bounce time plus equals, let's do 30 times delta. And then sprite 2D. Position on the y-axis is going to be set to -8 plus bounce. Okay. It's got to be 16, and then this is too much bounce. Whoa! Jeeps. Okay. Bounce amount. Okay, set it to 0. So not every item needs to do this. Or maybe every item needs to do this. Nah, that's fine. And we gotta slow it down even more. Alright. And when the ammo dispenser creates the object, new item, bounce amount 1.0. There we go. So now that's too slow. So let's do 8. We know that bounce amount has to decrease over time. Times equals 0.95. Okay. It's a bit too fast. 9.8. Negative goes up. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. Hello? Why can I Oh, okay. It seems like when we are moving items, we're also moving our hotbar slots. So we'll have to make sure that we don't do that. But also, why can't I purchase anything? Did we somehow remove the items? Huh. Yeah, what the heck? Or are we, like, removing the collision shape by accident? Let me try this. Come on. I never took my 1 hour break. Okay. What? Now it works. Oh yeah. Right. I think I know what's up. When we eat up the points, they don't actually get eaten up. It's just a variable that gets destroyed. So right. We'd have to address specifically the points that the player is carrying, which means maybe instead of having the player store the number of points, maybe we'll have like an array, because then it will do double duty. It will be storing the number of points. We can get the size of the array, but it's also going to do, it's going to store the references to the points. So follow target my points dot erase a record where self is sitting there, and then also points append self, and then here points erase self. Leave erase is what it is. Single R. Erase value. Cool. Okay, so that means ammo dispenser, instead of checking the size, we have to do this, and we aren't doing this right here. We're not going to be directly affecting the points. No, we're going to be getting a random set of points, or we could do from the beginning. So we'll do destroy X amount of points from player. So for X in, we're going to loop through whatever the cost is, and then we're going to get access to the points, use X, and then destroy or use up. We're going to make a function called use up. So point func use up. Queue free for the time being is what we're going to do. And we'll also erase ourselves from this node. Maybe we'll do that first and then Q3. Technically doesn't matter. Follow, not null. Valid instance, part of the player group. Erase. Okay, we do have the debug pop-up we can use. Okay, yes, sure, that's not quite what I want to see though. Size. Nice. Yeah, that works. Our entire inventory is full though. So yeah, I think it's actually a good idea to make the inventory slot based, because now we have this extra layer of upgradability that the players could take advantage of. Okay, cool. I think I've tapped out my energy levels. I am thoroughly happy with the progress we've made, and I think it's a good idea to give this the time that we gave it, because this project is a fairly small one. And I should be able to reap the dopamine rewards for having finished it. So let's aim towards that. Otherwise, I have all these projects that I've started, never finished, and it's like you could only do that so many times before it gets old. So cool. Let's wrap it up here. I'm gonna push to GitHub. Cool. Alright, fellas. Appreciate the company. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna get some exercise. I should probably not take my wallet with me. That would not be good. Cool, fellas. Appreciate the company.